Hi there, I'm back with episode number 2 of Mama Knows and Mama Thinks. And today I would like to talk to you about bedtime routines. Bedtime can be one of the most time consuming and sometimes stressful part of the day for young parents trying to get kids to sleep, because heaven knows you probably need some time to yourself and you need to get some stuff done. So you want to get the bedtime happening as quickly and easily as possible. But I want you to think about bedtime as a transition opposed to an event. What's really happening is a child is transitioning from a very busy, lighted environment where they have lots of things happening and lots of people to help them feel secure, and we're transitioning them to be alone by themselves in a dark space with very little activity, and they're expected to lay down and be still. That's a big transition, and what we have to do is we have to help them with that. Something that can help with the bedtime routine is to have a set of things that happen on a fairly consistent basis. Things like getting on our pajamas, brushing our teeth, having a story, singing a song, whatever it may be. We want there to be tasks or things that happen to help the child realize that that transition has begun. In order for bedtimes to be successful, there needs to be routines that go along with it. But we also need to be careful that we don't make routines into rituals. And what I mean by that is we want to have a set of events that happen in a fairly consistent order from the beginning of our routine until the end, but it's good sometimes to mix them up a little bit. We don't want to make the routine so rigid that it becomes a ritual, and then if we are not doing everything in exactly the same way or in exactly the same order, it doesn't work, and therefore we've just created a new problem. A successful bedtime routine happens over time. It's not something that we make a list of and we say, here it is, now go do it. It's something that we need to do with our children. We want to build in independence with them. They can be independent about getting on their pajamas, about brushing their teeth, going to the bathroom last thing. But the actual time from getting into bed to them being totally by themselves, we need to help them with that. I think bedtime should be a time to be cherished and not a time that we're dreading. We can definitely look forward to it because it means we're going to have more time to ourselves afterwards, but it can be a very wonderful time, very tender time where you can spend some one-on-one with your child, giving them reassurance and just closeness and your undivided attention. As kids get older and they can get out of the beds on their own, we want to encourage them to be able to stay in their beds even after we leave. And a good way to do this is to promise them that you're going to come back and check on them. And I would recommend that at the beginning, when you said, okay, you're going to stay in your bed, it's time to go to sleep, mommy loves you, all of that, and you say, I'm going to come back and check on you. First few times, you need to come back. You need to come back in 2 minutes so that they understand that you do in fact come back. You have lots of time to stretch that 2 minutes into 20 minutes, into whatever it takes, and pretty soon you'll find out that when you come back, they're sound asleep. I don't believe in kids having to cry it out and cry by themselves in their bed. That's not how anybody wants to go to sleep. If your child needs reassurance, that's okay. If you need to sit on the end of the bed as a first step before leaving the room, that's fine. If you need to sit on the floor or just outside the door so that they know that you are there, that's fine too. The last thing that you want is a child crying their eyes out, going to sleep, because the next night it's only going to be worse. So hopefully some of this information was helpful for you. I want to reassure people that bedtime and getting your kids to bed is a temporary time. It's not forever, and before you know it, they won't want you putting them to bed, and they won't want you reading them stories and that. It really is a temporary time, and we should cherish it. So if you like this video, Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like, and I will continue. Thanks.